let's get this started. Alright, I assume that means everyone who wants medical perms has medical perms. Excellent.
No, I don't have medical perms.
I really wish people would listen. Alright, anyway, if you guys open up the map, world map-wise, you'll notice 2 more 1,000 markers have appeared on the easternmost side, as well as 2 green markers. Those represent the Rwandan forces. I will be keeping track of those metrics based off of what I send in and how many you kill. Anyway, we also have on the top left, the back mission has opened up and now has become a thing. So, let's see, there was some slight expansion to the south over in the center, and now Tanyan is under threat, but you'll see that all in the polls. It was the end of the month, so there were changes to represent the end of the month, and we'll see how you guys are able to counter it. Otherwise, Spearhead, Part 2 today. There are 2 sections of the map, an easier area north of the river, this small little river, by the way, and then a harder area south of the river. We also know around this question mark somewhere is a very large encampment. That is worth $1,000 as a payout if you want to breach and clear that. Otherwise, this is freeform. The payouts are for 2 types of vehicles, RHIBs, caches, camp clearouts, and then that big camp. So I've got a sticky note to make tallies of everything. We do have the potential for these groups to potentially come in, so keep that in mind. Enemy forces have plenty in reserves, but otherwise, this should be a bit of a more open AO compared to what we've previously done, at least until QRF starts getting pumped in. Are there any questions?
No, there are no questions.
Alright. Debug-wise, friendly forces are spawned here, here, and here. These 2 markers I don't have spawned for the sake of keeping frames going. Otherwise, you guys are free to move out. Good luck, have fun, and yeah, you got 2 hours.
Cool.
Angel, fun.
Oh, yes.
I'll get on 50 if you need me.
Time to take a free drink. Back here. Alright.
Where's your sir?
So, Alpha red line, Bravo blue line, Charlie yellow line. You see on the map, you see where you're going, blah blah blah. The BC
Alright, with
is
that,
Bravo,
we
Charlie,
start
that
the
island.
next Congo mission. This is Congo mission 11. We will see how everyone does. We have a friendly platoon down here, another one down there, and another one spearheading down there to give the player base safety if they need to pull back, in case they poke the bear too much. That was kind of weird to hear the audio cut out. Dez just crashed. I think so he'll come back. That's probably his body.
I can't help you.
Just one of these are his body, I don't know.
Okay. Alright, we're good. Let's go.
I'm alive.
Sparrow got his shit back, okay. Good check.
Good.
So I'm assuming that's Daz. Otherwise, these guys are going to cross over a bridge they built a while ago in the campaign, and they're going to continue on this Spearhead. Major map changes was there was a backline objective they could do before it, quote-unquote, rose up. So now there is an issue of these groups joining, but we'll see what the player base votes on to do next. This weekend we have a custom mission to allow the player base to get some nice custom stuff if they want, but we'll play that by ear. I'm going to delete these boxes because that's all free gear for medics and leadership. But we have these guys crossing over their created bridge here.
Alright, so
I don't know why my dog's on my
team,
foot.
you're gonna look at each other. You see both of you are off.
Also, squad leaders, make sure to set up 2 ICs, please, so if you get domed, I at least know that someone else will answer.
Global skill is set to 90-50 with 75% spotting. Last time they were able to push all the way up to here before they were pushed back a little bit. This was a previous encampment. I've put an empty fake cache here to entice the players to come in. And it's mine to hell.
Radio check for Bravo on 50. Good check.
Because I'm evil.
Copy.
But that will technically count as a destroyed cache. So $500, but you know, they get blown up. I don't think anyone's been buying mine detectors, so they're gonna learn. Otherwise, looks like their main goal is to basically sweep the easier area and then start sweeping into the harder area, time dependent.
Bravo's moving to the starting infantry mark.
And I just got to keep a tally of all the little sites you see, and then, you know, the numbers that they eliminate, we add into all that. How you doing, Prodigen? Daz grabbed the stuff. If he's unable to get to friendlies, I will simply teleport him up. It's interesting seeing everyone slowly get better and better backpacks. I don't think we're going to have high casualties today, but I could be wrong. I've got some scouting patrols over here. I've got other patrols I can spawn in and bring over, but there's not... It's going to be, compared to what they've been playing in this campaign, this is going to be an easier mission.
Grab the front line.
Famous last words, yeah, right? I don't know, just like thinking-wise, I mean, there's not a lot of camps over here because it's the easier area. They're more concentrated around the central encampment down to the south, and we got some caches there. This is really just going to be about how much can they clear, and then where do they decide to make their last stand, and then we'll move the front line based off of where they index, you know? But here, let's look at a player like SL Dream here. He's got the end tier backpack. He's got 30 magazines, so he's got 300 rounds. He's got spare plates, and he's, you know, got the Bergen here. He's got an RPG with him as well, so we'll
Two IC to Bravo,
see how many kills they can farm, you know?
Charlie. From staging point, I've seen one-time squad moving away from us to the northeast.
So I'm going to write down a kill tracker too to transpose that information.
Decently close.
I think Angel is commanding today, but I would imagine payouts are going to be on the lower end today. This is literally just a good sweep and clear.
What's that for the Alpha?
Blue line.
We've got drum mag AKs. We got frickin' Charlotte with what the hell is that? I think Charlotte's the richest person in this campaign.
Someone seems to.
That's an MX with an ACOG and a suppressor, and then the best armor and the best helmet you can get, but not the best backpack.
Move to the infantry marker on
Yeah,
the
it is kind of
first
funny.
before
Dream
we set
is
off.
using an SVD.
'Cause I don't know where everyone's going.
I guess it's grown on him, but that is kind of weird to see him using that, isn't it?
Elaborate where?
I will put
Like,
a
for
marker.
all he shits on that weapon,
Bravo copies.
he's still using it. You know, it's weird. We got Broadshore and Abi over
Move to
here,
the staging point marker.
because they're moving to their guys. I do have a camp over here as well. You'll see some little jitters here and there in the frame rate. That's because
Not
they're
the actual
digging
staging
in.
point.
Wait, what?
But I'm wondering if they'll site
We're
that
not
camp.
digging in.
I mean, from the get-go, we have a cache up here, which just has... I'm going to fill this with like 20 helmets for funsies.
Okay, because there's two staging points, move to the HTO marker, and all squad leaders tell me when all of your guys are together on the marker, please. Thank you.
Charlie's here.
So I think Angel's just
Bravo
going
is
to keep everything moving forward, and we'll just have to see how things go. He's
All
assumed
places,
to the
yeah.
SVD. That's one way to put it.
Alright, all squads set off on your predetermined lines.
Alright, we're moving on our line. Come on.
When Bravo and Charlie reach the island point, tell me if there is going to be people there or not, and then we will coordinate from there.
Alright.
Probably.
So I think it's a squad of 8, 7, and 6, and then command is 2 or 3.
I don't know what it is, but I see quite a lot of bunnies running around.
Yeah, what was that, Jesse, by the way?
What was what?
No, the detour, remember?
You're good, Penguin. IRL first.
Footsteps, northeast.
We see a lot of people bringing drum mags and like the biggest stuff they can. Oh my god. Bash using the VSS. That's brilliant. Rifle grenade immediately going out. They're getting really good at using those, that's for sure. Responding with what I have locally here. These guys I am then going to push over, actually.
Laying in the trench.
See them digging trenches immediately here.
Alpha Command, what's the
Yeah, right, CMAG AR-15.
The shot on the side of the river that we can see.
I think they're talking about potentially
If
that
they
one.
are within 50 meters, if you are
That is
confident
50, give
that
or
you
take.
can quickly cross and kill them and come back, then you can go hit them. But if they are over 50 meters or you aren't confident
These
you
guys
can
are
quickly
following
hit
their
them
line.
and move back, then ignore them.
Alpha copies.
So we might see that group detour over to hit that camp. This I have as an ambush. If I hear the explosion, I'll spawn in a bunch of units and push them from the other side. But now we're going to start doing waves of QRF to come in, mainly from this large camp. I'm going to start them slow at first. Right about the 30-minute mark, so probably the 45-minute mark, I'll spawn another group from the camp, and then all the way back from RP2, I'm going to spawn another large group to come in. And we're going to start trickling QRF into the AO. Now, I'm going to mark this camp as cleared because I'm assuming they're going to kill
Bravo.
everything
The
there.
island looks like it's going to be fortified. No contact yet, but sandbags.
But yeah, the Congolese just
Okay,
up and left that
Bravo,
position after this
secure
massive
defense
fight right here.
position And shoot at the island.
I want to see
When
if that
Charlie
mine will
gets
work.
Here, they will cross over onto the island and clear it.
Copy.
Good GL in there to wrap up anything that was still alive, that's for sure.
2IC to Alpha, you've got a camp to your south over the water.
Command
Yeah, I'm not
Bravo.
sure if those guys will engage.
There are no enemies
I am
on
with
the
you.
island.
Well, command is
Hello,
with
my name is Mike.
Charlie.
Okay, if the island is clear, all squads to proceed on your predetermined lines until
Another straggler
RP1
back there.
point where you will all hold until everyone gets there.
Oh, that man's guts just got shot out so far. We saw it get stretched into oblivion. God damn. Yeah, right, Progen. It's always good to be able to relax and kick back. Alright. I'm gonna try to send that group around. This group, I'm also gonna try to respond to the noises that were made over there.
Hey, Bravo. Did you just skirt the water line to move to the island point? I didn't. I just followed my line pretty much exact.
Now the
we're
lines are
sending
breaking. We got a
fire team
group of
over 'cause
4
it's
now.
empty and
Oh,
there's
so it's not a
cache.
group of 6. It's
We
literally a
just
group of
think
4.
it might be trapped or something.
Charlie's gonna clean up the center and the north side of the peninsula we're fighting on.
Roger.
If that mine goes, if either mine goes off, if I hear a boom, that's my cue to send, like, you know, quite a few guys after them. I think you noticed, yep. Keep my ears open. So that's 2 camps cleared. They're working on this one. This won't count as a cleared camp because it's abandoned, but the cache I will count because it's technically.
Could we shut the lines?
Yeah, but I might not.
Oh, look, he made it.
Broski's crawling around it.
It's empty.
It's empty.
Charlie's taking some contact. We're currently down a man. Enemies are invisible for us currently.
Because they're taking fire through the trees
Well,
here.
you need assistance?
If Alpha's or Bravo's somewhere close by.
Do mark yourself on map and I can determine if they are.
Well, we should be. I hear
Bravo firing to us. They are to our northwest.
Yeah, I'm gonna say those gunshots will trigger it. Let's go ahead and send in a swarm. Yeah, they're trying to mag dump it.
Alright, Command, this is Bravo. We sent someone on the island to destroy the cache. The island is mined. We're fine. We just lit up the cache, but it's empty anyway, so I don't even know if that counts.
It would, but they gotta blow it up, which...
Cache is cache.
I mean, there's no ammo in there to cook it off, though, so...
Be advised, Bravo, you have people on the other side of the river. Yeah, on the northwest and the northeast.
Gonna fire an RPG their way as well.
Unless you want to die there a second time, I suggest we leave.
I'm just waiting for a guy to finish crossing, then we'll leave.
Unless you want to die there a second time, how about that? That is where they got their butts kicked. That's like where an entire squad got wiped. Mainly because of miscoordination. They ended up getting alone in front of like 80 or 100 guys that were charging them.
Charlie, right into the Tampa bend.
Yeah, Bravo, move southeast towards Charlie's gunshots and support them.
Alright, third camp is cleared. Camps are only worth like $100 though, so...
Yep, southeast to Charlie.
Got some units falling back, which is cute to see. They got a decent amount of kills though, don't get me wrong, but after they leave this position, I will just delete the units. I'm gonna say those guys went up there, cleared out the bodies around that cache.
Be advised, Alpha is at a camp, don't
And that cache also got destroyed.
If you guys
repeat
stray into the other squad's lines, do note that it almost
Get
killed
on
you.
50, cavalry charge.
We have 413 units on the car.
So we have that vehicle.
Alpha crossed into Charlie's sector without notifying and they almost got grenaded. Unfortunately, it was a short round.
Unfortunately, the round was short.
Yes, unfortunately we are at the blockade position and we're like in 50 meters of our line.
Yeah, because they strayed from their line because they wanted Alpha to go touch that line. AKA Mac was looking for an excuse to kill everybody.
Alright, Bravo's moving between 200. Bravo's moving between Bravo and Charlie line right now.
Bravo, move to RP1 blockade position.
Yeah, it is an interesting
Roger,
fun
en
fact,
route.
Penguin. Alright, I'm going to remove these guys from play because they're being avoided. I'm going to potentially also remove those guys from play. They're just still potentially in line of sight. Yeah, so we got that group
Did we
moving
get
in.
currency from destroying vehicles? This is up. A firm, there's a little bit of money for cars and trucks.
I'm assuming this got ratted. Yep. It was a small
Bravo,
humanitarian
do you
care,
have
some
anyone with
rations.
an RPG or charge to destroy this vehicle?
They could also use it if they wanted to, but
Would throwing
that's
it in
mainly
the
left
river
there
count?
for them to...
Yep.
So they could just retrieve it.
Alright, clear off the vehicle, I'll blow it up.
Get away from the vehicle. Third evac.
Unless he has multiple HE or an HEDP round, it's not going to detonate. Yeah, 2 HEDP. Anyway,
Alright,
that's
all
another
squads,
tally.
do quick medical packs, drink, eat, pull security if you're not doing anything, and we'll move off in a second. I will give it like
Trying
a
to run
minute
those
or two.
infantry up there. So far, so good, though. We're only, what, 20 minutes in? They've cleared a good chunk. And again, I got reinforcements coming, but not at the rate we want. Most guys are in the back line right now, and then some of these forces are dedicated rushing over here because they want to make an advance here. Some are rushing into that position. The only 3 groups that could respond are here, and most are cycling in because this group was the one originally here. It's meant to, you know, handle everything on this front, and then you got those 2. Eventually, the players will be pushed back.
Alpha, you good?
This is Alpha, we're fine.
Okay, Charlie, you good? Charlie, you good?
Charlie is good.
Alright, all squads can push up on their predetermined lines then after dealing with this contact.
Running those friendlies up. We have a bunch of units, but they've got majority of their forces here. So I imagine these guys are going to get stopped. How are we doing on kills?
Bravo,
pretty good spread.
Front, pushing you clear.
He keeps sliding.
Yeah.
What's the tech base? Modern. It's meant to mimic the current Rwandan Congo conflict, and these guys are allegedly the Romanian commandos.
Come again, Charlie?
That gate shit.
He's got shot. There's infantry right in front of him. Charlie.
Those guys are extending to another camp. Let me tally that.
Sorry. Alpha, pull down Charlie.
This is Alpha, will do.
Let's get these guys to fight a majority of this area here. Sorry, I just did my mic here. But yeah, every player has their own gear that they've purchased or looted in this campaign. Which is why some look a little more ridiculous than others. This is like the N-tier backpack that costs a bunch of money, but we've gotten to the point where most players have access to it. Love how we see a burning body, and then what's watching that?
This is Bravo. Try to keep your
Makes
position
sense.
updated in case something happens to you so we can send people to help.
Copy. Broadshore, stepping out of 2 IC for Charlie.
Another 5 minutes, I'll bring that reinforcements in.
Roger. Alpha's helping you.
Good copy on Alpha, we have a squad on us, we can now move.
That's Broadshore, stepping down. That's Charlie, 2 IC.
Good step-ups there. These guys probably ratting the crate over here for rations.
1, 2, 3.
Send this group over as QRF as well.
This is Bravo. Do you need us to move to support another element? We just cleared a camp. Reference gray mark on map. Marker for us is accurate.
Buffer's witnessing the war crimes, yeah, right?
You can continue to move across your line. Current situation is being
Players have no access to off-map support now.
Copy. Moving
Once in a while, we'll give them something small, but it's like nothing to change the game. This is meant to be a very difficult campaign. I'd say it took them 4 missions for most of the players to get their footing. After the last one, though, Op 10, they did something that I thought would be very difficult, so they all got a pretty big payout out of it, but we'll see how long that money lasts them. Because I'm constantly upgrading the enemy kits now, too. But everyone they kill, that gets reflected on the map. This was meant to be like a long-term campaign to see how the player base does, or they just get constantly wipe and lose, you know? But I think they have a decent shot.
Charlie's moving onwards, the same level as Bravo.
Another 3 or so minutes. I'm going to spawn 2 more big squads, and it'll go to 10 minutes, and then it'll go down to 5.
Alpha copies.
Then every 5 minutes we bring in another squad, until I feel like spawning in even more. Yeah, good old fluffers, right? They are the support. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so they killed a majority of that southern patrol there. They're still pushing by. I'm also thinking of, for this position, I might send a bunch of units down.
Elements, this is Bravo. Engage the squad to east of our marker, moving south. So be advised, there should be some stragglers coming your way.
Yeah, like Debug, for example. These are the new Rwandan forces that just came in. That's Green 4, and then, yeah. About 80 or so custom kits up here. And I just used them to pull for various weaponry offered through RHS, 3CB Factions, Free World Armory. I'm spawning those guys early. Let's see, let me walk them back, and then I'll walk them forward. Yeah, there are some vehicles, but vehicles aren't something the player base has a lot of access to. The enemy have a good chunk of them, but it's finite. Oh, dude almost ran in front of another guy while he was shooting. That would have taken his head off.
God, I just love shooting at the bushes.
So, again, to the real-world equivalent, they're fighting M23 rebels, which is a rebellion funded by Rwanda and other nations. And the guys they're working with are the Congolese army. And then the green is the actual Rwandan troops that are now entering this fight. Alright, they're moving on from there. I'm going to say these guys are going to recover their dead. I'm going to delete that unit because I don't think they're going to really be heading south here. I'll also recover that guy. And we got these guys now combing. They'll find this northern position. But the river's a pretty big deterrent. If they wait here too long, I mean, I do have that force that will eventually crawl around as well. I don't really have a close QRF marker, though, so we would just be fighting units that are actively in the area. So every operation also has objectives, so this one is literally just to clear camps. And then they get a group pay, not a group, individual payouts based off of, oh my god, his stomach just got shot out, damn. But then they all get payouts depending on their role and everything. But they're allowed to scavenge whatever they want from the dead. And then, you know, sometimes they find caches and it can have decent gear in it.
No shit, it's a 9.3.
Or just duds.
Yeah.
But the goal in this campaign is to basically build yourself up so you have really good gear. But if you die, you lose it. We had a rule where you could loot dead friendlies, but I revoked it a few missions ago because people started looting friendlies before they were dead. And it was impeding medical, so I'm like, alright, we're taking that rule away.
Okay.
So yeah, this op is gonna continue to be on the easier side until this timer gets a little quicker. But this is the easier area too, so if we wanted a harder one, we would have gone down there.
Alpha is on their position on the map. Are we clear to move to the phase 2 area?
Negative. Hold there for now until other squads have reached the beginning of phase 2. Then we will all push
what do I got in this
phase 2
cache?
together. I want to try and keep us all in a general
Bunch
line.
of random shit. I'll just pick a bunch of random guns and throw them in as long as they're not too OP.
How's Lolo? How's Lolo?
We're at 5 camps cleared, I believe. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then that was the 5th. Curious if the northern group's going to report this, and then they're all going to gravitate towards it, because the RHIBs are also destroyable objectives for this one, and then this will count as 2 camps, one on the south side, one on the north side of the bank, and then you also have the cache, so this is a nice... That's like the hub area, and then, you know, down here is the hub area for the southern area, so there's going to be a decent fight there, but it's one they can easily disengage from unless they stay there too long, in which case the southern groups will come up on them.
Charlie's moving towards the phase line.
So the home base, quote-unquote, is the Discord server. I have a bunch of channels for them to basically trade gear with each other. I'll also play blackjack or poker, or ride the bus with them, so some of them can bet money or items. Most people win in those games. Some do, though, lose a lot of shit, which is funny to watch their gambling addictions live, but at least it's not with real-world money, so, ha. But yeah, they're also allowed to trade gear with each other. That was...
Oh wow, I got friends. Anyway.
I'm gonna be nice, because that was an Arma incident. Bro went flying.
I love how everyone has an action.
And then I let them pick their next contract via majority vote. Very rarely will I pick for them, but that will be an exception for this Saturday, because we made the main slot's on Wednesdays, which is right now. But we have a secondary slot on Saturdays for like some bonus objectives. People have been asking me because we have an entire document,
If you can
basically spreadsheet with all of this.
Bravo should be
But I don't have every single item in the game there. But if they do well in this Saturday contract, I'm going to introduce them to a black market contact that, for custom prices per person, can get them better gear. But it's going to be expensive.
2,000 in gambling.
Yeah, there you go. See, yeah, them talking about gambling, because we had a poker night, God, last week, and some people literally lost it all. It was brutal. Because I was playing too, and I think I bankrupted 3 or 4 people. It was funny. That was a beautiful GL. I think that literally just murdered everybody.
Charlie, what's the status on dealing with that camp?
The camp is probably just sweeping clear now.
Alright, once you have dealt with that, move northeast. I'll provide a marker soon. We have found a dockyard in the water.
I am going to bring a BTR down there, though. SQRF. Timing-wise, it's... I think it was at 45, so 55 I'll send another group. But yeah, these guys, much more well-armed, but I have a very limited number of them. I mean, we do have a military installation right here. I don't have it set up, but I would also say the Rwandan forces haven't really set themselves up yet either, so... Places like this in the future will have that type of force, but...
Alpha, how... Sorry, not Alpha. Bravo, how big does the dockyard look?
See how things go. That's where I'll pretty much pull a platoon from.
It's a bridge with, like, a boat or 2 attached to it.
There's 5. I don't think they realize the scope of this installation yet, though. 10 points for that shot, yeah, right?
West towards the dock from the southeast.
Confirmed. Bravo, watch out for Charlie moving
No,
in.
no. There are ways I could have done something like that, but I didn't really feel like doing it. I imagine if I do this type of campaign again, I'll probably have a way for players to get upgrades for like the total amount of gear they have, or like access to certain tiers, like you do in Tarkov, for example. But I didn't feel like making it that complex. They technically have infinite space
Alpha, you can move
for their gear.
across your line east, but just be aware that you won't have any support if something happens to you. At least not until we deal with this dock and bridge.
So I think these guys are moving to assist. These guys are going to move deeper. Little worried because we're going to start seeing a bit of force splitting here.
Alpha copies, we will be careful.
But you do have Charlie's group of 4 now coming to assist with this. But every gun you could imagine in an insurgency is here. I'll probably bring the BTR in a few minutes. 3.5 minutes I have to send in more.
Potentially have enemies between you and Bravo position.
Copy that.
All good, Zines. And again, this is just one of my campaigns. I've got multiple going because I pretty much do this for a living. We're actively in my community running at least like 3 or 4 campaigns at any given time. I'm going to bump that number up to 5 soon, but that and plenty of one-offs. If you're ever interested, buddy, type !Discord. Feel free to join us. We host things at various times. Mainly myself, but I have a few other people that work with me. So this guy just got hit, so I'm gonna go. Oh god, his spine's out. How is he able to move his legs if his spine was severed? I call fail RP on that guy. Yeah, this is the looter group. They've got 4 freaking Bergens over here.
End of the bridge, engaging the other side.
This would be the group I want to wipe, actually. Too much gear.
South side, to be clear.
Actually, I do have a BTR in the southern camp. I can just deep copy that bitch. She has no fuel, but I can fuel her up. For vehicles off-road, you gotta, like, be really careful about getting them out. That second camp was also technically cleared. All the garrison's down on it, so I'll tally that.
2IC2 Alpha, you've got a camp deep far east, probably about 300 to 400 meters away.
Dream, the camp that's shooting at us, right?
Negative, it's not shooting. They are all... Okay, now they start shooting. They weren't.
Yeah, that's what I...
I counted that one already.
Going forward to.
Alright, BTR's coming in. I'm gonna spawn some more trickling squads
BTR approaching
now.
the bridge, northeast
Another
side.
minute or two, all the guys that were
Do
there,
any
that
of
was
your
like
men
3 or
have
4
AT?
squads worth of guys are gonna come in.
Charlie, be aware you might have a BTR to the north of you somewhere or northeast of you.
Boop.
Eyes on north.
Yeah, so I dug cover around this camp. We got the BTR coming up. We'll see if her accuracy holds. She's aggroed, though, which is a good sign. I'm going to spawn those patrols from... Well, not the patrols. That ambush group should have moved up by now to, like, around here. That was roughly, like, 3 squads worth. I mainly pull from that large group of infantry because that's all randomized kits. And then I got a line of AT guys, marksmen, and machine gunners, and they just disabled it. We'll see if it cooks off, and then I'll add it to the BTR, and then I got a squad leader there as well.
Alright,
But yeah, so
BTR
squad leader,
destroyed.
random marksman choice, random machine gunner choice, random
On the
AT
other
choice,
side
and
of
then
the bridge, we'll
few
move
other guys.
across to inspect the cache and destroy it, and then we'll destroy the bridge itself.
I don't think they make any money from destroying bridges today, but bridge is a bridge. So BTR tally, they're worth a bit more money to destroy. But yeah, the RHIBs are also valuable to destroy for this scenario. Do I accept trial Zeus's? Yes, but you have to be in my community for a while. Just because I usually have a Zeus rotation though, but it's reserved for people that have been here for at least a few months. Because it gets very competitive.
Command, we have allegedly enemy infantry east, but I thought there were friendlies.
Because essentially what the Zeus trial is I
Roger.
give a bunch of Zeuses the same mod set. I let the players then play a single op that the Zeuses make, and then they choose their favorite. And then whoever wins can then Zeus a custom campaign for a month. What happens if they try to take the BTR? I don't think they have any engineers, so they wouldn't be able to repair it. But, I mean, it would be fair game if they stole it.
Oh, that's...
Sam's gonna immediately rat the shit out of it. Hold on, I'm curious what he grabbed. Oh, he didn't get a chance because his inventory is completely full. But yeah, there were like 2 marksman rifles and then some duds in there, but...
Alright, someone get the RPG because I don't see it.
Now I got that massive amount of QRF coming in. But yeah, this is an entirely different area, so I am free to push a shit ton of stuff on them. But again, every kill counts in this campaign, so... They're making a run for the RPG here. And we got some defensive grenades being thrown. It's a little... Yeah, the bushes are eating them. Uh-oh. Tasteful also just got shot. They got greedy. That body just got eviscerated. I think Miner's trying to get the body here, but this is... That was incredibly risky.
Bravo. Speed it up a bit, and then get it back across the bridge.
Agreed.
Roger, we're just trying to grab something to blow up the boats.
The greed.
Do anything.
The greed is what
Well,
always
just
gets
use
them.
what we had on a VTR. We're trying to grab an RPG from a dead guy. Copy.
I mean, if they have the backpack space, they can grab it, but that's the point. If you want to loot, you got to bring some stuff to loot. How are these guys doing? They cleared another cache. This squad, I mean, if it moves past them, every 5 minutes, by the way, so now it should be in 2 minutes I spawn another squad, but I'll start pushing it back to make it fair. Oh, miner just got annihilated.
I'm back across the bridge. Bravo, you're really gonna have to get your men across. If they don't want to cross the bridge, swim on the eastern side of the bridge. You might have more cover.
Gotta do shorter waypoints, because otherwise they'll create these like really wide flanking routes and go on the river and do all this silly stuff.
This is Bravo. We need help in this side of the river. We need support. At least two. We have 3 people down at this time.
Charlie is providing overwatch fire.
Agron tried to run.
But we cannot cross the bridge at this time.
They're pulling back. They're gonna run into that squad.
And you get the other team because we get really fucked right now.
And this all happened because they wanted to loot an RPG, by the way. And I think they wanted to use it to blow stuff up here. So they make one, they overstayed their welcome, put themselves in a bad spot, and then it started a cascading mass cas.
You want to just run?
Let's,
Come on, just currently down.
Hold on, I got more.
They're gonna need frags at this point. I don't think they realize how close the enemy is here. Oop!
Alpha to Anturas VODS, can I get a sit rep on how many are up?
Charlie is up. 4 people. Come on, it's down to 1 people.
Yeah, because there's a military base right there, so
Alpha, Charlie?
they were using that as a bit of a staging and training ground.
On Alpha position.
We might have some KIAs at this rate.
Okay, yes, cover. But we need more cover.
We are shooting everyone we can see.
Tasteful might bleed out. Agra might also bleed out.
Alpha is moving to support whoever.
And you got these guys back here trying to pick off who they can, but they're also getting picked off. Mac just got shot.
The accurate marker is the dock class bridge marker.
Those two ended up dead in a ditch. They're trying to make a run for it to swim. Go underwater, gentlemen, so you don't get headshotted. Holy shit, that went from 0 to 100, didn't it? That group pulled back.
Alpha to Anturas VODS, are you across the river?
Currently at this time, Charlie is on
Tasteful,
the
got...
Bravo's northern side.
Wow, got his leg blown out.
Overrun by enemies.
Damn. Yeah, remember Charlie got skinned alive, God. No, actually Charlie's back here, but
might try to save Bravo and whoever's left.
The funny thing is, they won the firefight. So they might be able to push back and save a few people. Yeah, so some units pulled back. Let's set up a patrol right there. They did kill a majority of them. Actually, no, all of them. Now you're starting to see people bleed out.
Alpha to Charlie, do we cross now to help survivors?
Okay. At this time, Alpha, come with me. Cross the
That is
bridge.
2 boats
Attempt
destroyed.
to save anyone who's across it. Charlie, keep providing overwatch.
Charlie.
So I genuinely think what should have happened was I think that squad got super overconfident thinking they could take this on their own. The other squad, the smaller one, came to help. But while they were doing that, the other big squad literally went all the way up to here, cleared that camp, and then finally pulled back. And as they're getting here is now when we're starting to see people die. So I know Tasteful and Sam are dead. Agrin might still be stable because he should have bled out by now. Angel.
If you have smokes, throw them across the river.
Miner is still technically savable. I think Sam was able to do some medical on him, but I'm not sure if these guys will push up to find him.
Give him my... Yeah, I'll give him all of my...
Alright, if you're not a medic...
I know, Sam, you kept asking for help. The issue was... Oh, there goes Miner. The issue was it was only like 4 dudes here with command that could help you. You didn't drown. You, I think you bled out. But that is funny. You are technically in the water. If you drowned, though, you would have died much earlier, though. Because drowning only takes like 30 seconds in this game.
Well, no, because...
Alright, let's speed up recovery efforts.
That's 3 KIA. That's so funny. So if you make a trench, it causes the bodies to break. Oh my god.
Keep doing CPR.
Anyone fucking alive in this hole? He's on fatal.
This one...
Hey, Righto, who dat? Welcome.
Should be still alive if
Fatal. Any one of these fuckers alive?
Oh no. What? What did you do? That's another boat down. I mean, tasteful body's out of the question. I mean, they could technically take a boat.
Boats are destroyed.
Oh, well, never mind.
Did you guys destroy the cache?
Cache has not been destroyed yet. Someone did take the VS, though.
Yeah, they're dead.
I owe another team to send. Oh, that was quite scary.
Alright, I'll grab this helmet.
Did you just blow all the...
They only lost 3 guys out of that, though.
Boats are blown up.
Please don't blow up the last boat, I will use it.
Okay, let's pull back on the other side of the river, let's go.
Angel, can you hold like 5 seconds and I will carry all the bodies back so they can recover the stuff?
We don't have the time for that, really.
It's only gonna take me 2 minutes.
Put the bodies in the boat, drive the boat out. Blow the
Mac
boat
is
up.
correct. If they can put the bodies in the boat, they can drive the boat out. That's the cache destroyed. But yeah, Tasteful's body
Sorry, Lolo, but frankly speaking, I'm not willing to risk the living for the dead.
What did happen to Tasteful Body is gone.
Blow at the
If
boat.
anyone can get a chest eater.
Right, does anyone have a demo to blow up the bridge?
2IC has an RPG. The bridge, oh sorry.
I don't think we can destroy this one.
High Command, can we destroy this bridge?
No, because it's not a destroyable objective.
Okay. Alright. I will put a marker on map.
I think he tried to bring it back, but yeah.
All units are to pull south to RP3 marker. And get away from this place.
Which boat? That one. The one that's still alive.
Yeah, the reason I'm so stingent on that rule is because people started literally looting dead friendlies, and I'm like, what are you doing? No, stop it.
And regroup.
So now you're just not allowed to loot friendlies to keep gear or use gear.
No, 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 no. If you want to use this one, give it.
Keep doing it. For the next 5 seconds. What did everyone see?
Enemies incoming from the east, close.
You're a ghost now, Tasteful. Yeah, right, because your body disappeared.
Attempt to disengage.
I mean, Mac's team is effective as an Overwatch team, not as a pushing team, and they were doing their best. He missed. He missed. You
I'm
missed.
going to edit the marker and put it more west of his current position.
Fuck it, I'm going for the RPG.
Because there's a bridge in the way.
West.
Hey! Oh no, he got it. Nice. Next squad in 30 seconds. And then maybe like 10 or 15 minutes, I'll start spawning 2 squads. Might host poker again tonight, we'll see. No, Tasteful, so Tasteful died right here, and they couldn't see his body because it was behind the box in the sandbags, and this wasn't deformed yet. There was only like 2 people alive over here, so it was just a massive Charlie Foxtrot. Yeah, Miner and Sam, you guys pushed up and got murked pretty hard right there, because as you were doing that, the main force that was part of the ambush over here finally came around and started tickling you in a bad way. They went defend only. I need to like spawn a squad there just so I can start collecting the dead.
Charlie at the hop.
Okay.
I'm really surprised Agrin that went down on the bridge was able to be brought back. That really surprised me.
Send in goats.
Now I gotta wonder what they're gonna do here.
I am Alfarius. This is a lie. Lehman is a furry, and Magnus did nothing wrong.
40k quotes. Sharky, thanks for the 19-month resub, buddy. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario.
Good check. I need a count on how many of each squad has survived.
Only 3 people died, though, so
Charlie,
that could have been worse. But with 23 people, they're down to 20 now.
This is Alf. We're approaching from northeast, full strength, 8-man.
Confirmed.
This is Bravo. We have 5 people at the moment.
Yeah. So mainly the reason there was a lot of QRF is 2 parts. One, this is a military base that they're using to train a bunch of people, so they literally just sick them on you. And then as you guys were wrapping that group up, the ambush group, in the time it would have taken them to start, you know, moving around, also started hitting you guys. You and Sam basically took that brunt. Because they were literally, like, right where these bodies are. Just all around you, and you weren't able to notice because of the trench and the smoke grenades. When both of you were up and trying to hit stuff, like, right in front, they were right in front of you. I just assumed you didn't have any grenades. So I got this massive team now that's trying to head over. But every 5 minutes I'm going to be... Well, actually, no. I am going to order this group to come up. Hold on this position. We'll start cleaning up some of the bodies.
I'm also aiming. Pack yourself then.
I would carry it in my fucking someone can...
But we have a slight breather because we're going to be, you know, looting the dead. That's why I really thought about, like, potentially, like, keeping track of enemy gear as well.
Pull back to RP1
but, I mean, they would just always be able to collect stuff. It would just be way too much, so... The times where we don't have to keep track of that gear, though, is when we do those defensive op where the players can collect the gear and then sell it directly to the black market at higher prices.
Pull back to RP1 point.
No, we couldn't. Liru said we couldn't. It wasn't a blowable up pool bridge, but we destroyed all the boats.
Yeah,
we're moving to RP1.
This isn't an objective to destroy, but...
Yep.
So they're pulling back to RP1. Are they going to index now? Because we still have an hour.
And attack phase 4 instead of phase
the
3.
That means I probably have like 2 or 3 squads in reserve right now. So they're going to now shift gears and go for the hard stuff. Which means I'm going to use these guys to basically collect all the dead, but... Huh. Okay. Gives me time to clean things up. We still have a few deeper patrols to the south. I'm going to spawn those in right now, then. Yeah, there's about, like, 3 of them. And then I do have some Rwandan forces there as well. Yeah, so rear patrols. I'm basically running these guys over to handle logistical operations. But yeah, it's pointless for me to spawn those additional forces here, and then I can just start collecting everything that's over here.
Alpha at RP.1.
Charlie at RP.
Bravo's RP.
Somewhere now there's gonna be an insurgent somewhere with Sam and miners rat fucked gear.
2 packs, eat food, get that done. If you look on the map, you will see our new lines we're gonna take. We will take it in 2 minutes. We will step off.
So they're gonna sweep south. That's a shame, because we did have one thing up here, but then again, it was a dud cache, so only worth a little bit of bonus money. I guess where they're going, having a squad down will also make sense. So I should be continuing to spawn stuff in the zone based off of the route here. But it's mainly just to, like, pull security and whatnot. We're just gonna, at this rate, think the enemy's left until they start getting these reports down here, in which case I'll have 2 or so squads around here to send in. And then I gotta keep track of Rwandan forces that I put on as well. There'd be no more than, like, a platoon around here of, like, 40, so... No, so they don't... Sandbags are fine. The one thing that can be a bit extensive is the, is any trenches they build, but digging... This is from a mod called Foxhole. Deforming the map doesn't actually cause a lot of lag. From what I've seen, at least. Did I ever send the BTR? Yeah, it got sent. It got blown up. I've deleted it now, but I've already counted it under deletions. The only other BTR in this AO is, at the larger camp. I don't know how much money they've made. It's probably around 2,500, not including kills yet. Mac Marine's gotten to 40, though, so he gets an individual payout for that.
Titanic. In the middle of the firefight, he was just sitting on top of it.
Oopsie daisy.
So what are we doing after this now?
I couldn't hear you guys.
I got it now.
We're going south.
But we are now in our second hour, so they still have plenty of time.
We're going south.
Okay, let's move.
At this rate, the front line's going to get pushed up to, like, here-ish. But if they expand here, mainly they got to kill this camp if they want the front line to expand south as well. Oh, there goes Agron.
No, the big encampment is the massive exclamation.
But usually I will delete their trenches. I can just add it to my interface and delete them if they move on from the spot. However, in an AO like this, where they might fall back to them, I tend to keep them up a little longer. But if it's like the previous mission, they literally dropped like over here and they had to do something in here and then run to friendly territory. So I was deleting the trenches behind them because if they stayed back, there were, you know, 1,000 troop markers that would have killed them if they stayed. Yeah, so this camp, I'm just going to prematurely mark as cleared because they're about to kill the 4 dudes remaining. If they don't, I will be genuinely shocked. Was the shots from it?
Alpha to other elements, we crossed the river where it was shallow and now we're engaging a camp.
Alright, I'm gonna spawn a squad by the big camp.
Move across your line.
Just kind of go check things out. But yeah, they're basically prodding the harder area here south of the smaller river just to see what happens. I'm not going to instantly rush them. I'm going to still trickle forces in, but, you know, if they push in head-on, then I'll counter head-on.
Alright, Bravo has everyone to get back together. We're continuing on our line.
Confirmed.
Charlie's continuing on their line.
I don't think there's any food here.
If only this radio.
The camps have like a 40 or 50% chance for me to have a box down for them to have a few rations off because we have a food in. Oh, it's not going to show it. They're slightly covered, really blurred in, but we do have food and water.
Camp to the southeast, it is pretty much
speaking of
line,
food and water.
Take it out now.
My own set of hydrate. So they're dividing into a battle line here. I'm sending one patrol in. Theoretically, I would be getting another squad in as well on this side. But yeah, there's been less of a need now to push forces in, so I'm keeping them in reserve.
Charlie has a camp direct east on our line. We will deal with it.
Confirmed.
Now, I guess, what do I do if they hit that camp? Because now we're starting to get really close. I should have, you know, some dedicated QRF groups on standby to, like, go in and try to push them back. But if this gets hit, that should, in theory, like, pull everything locally, you know? Yeah, I'm going to spawn in parts of the Rwandan group here. I need to really I need to switch them to green or something so it's easier for me to keep track of them. Because red's just not going to work.
Make sure to keep a lookout to your north, because as we continue deeper, the possibility that the enemies will head towards our position is high. And Alpha, be aware to the south for the camp. The main camp sending troops.
Alpha copies, will do.
I'm going to keep this patrolling, but if it gets engaged, yeah. Like, they can quickly run into a brick wall here. Mainly these are here because, you know, there was some border tension, but they haven't really mobilized things from this group to come in. No, I am going to commit them.
Yeah,
This is a full squad of 8. This is the squad of dudes that were outside of that main firefight. Now you got all these guys pushing past now. We have another cache here. Looks like they're in the process of looting. I am going to remove it, or add it to the tally list, because I'm assuming they're going to dead it. We also have a, what is that, a PK? Yeah, PKM static if they want to commandeer that. Free ammo to use against the enemy. So now the 5-minute timer is going to go to here instead of outside. But I do have forces around to kind of check things out. I can also cross them if needed. They're dealing with majority of this force here, which is good. I could do something really evil. This will then path them through to regroup with this squad. So they'll be more of like a rushing force rather than a slow-moving one.
Charlie's continuing on that line.
Yep.
Is that Daz with that 9.3? Yep. He won that in an auction. We also do random auctions too, after op. So that's why you see some people with some really ridiculous gear. Not the backpacks, mind you, but that like 9.3 millimeter machine gun.
How's Alpha doing over there?
This Alpha, we're fine for now. No one's down.
Another minute, I'm going to bring another group in. If they want, they can survive an onslaught and rack up a bunch of kills too. It's just do they have the ammo for it.
If you need it.
Oh. It's always leadership that seems to be going down first.
This is Bravo.
And with that big backpack, it's hard to notice if people go down.
We're at Bravo marker, eyes on infantry north across the river.
These guys I'm gonna
Okay,
cross.
if it's a large contingent, you can move south to Charlie's
Give a little
line
bit of
and link up
movement
with us. If it's a small
before
one
crossing
and
them
you think
over
you can handle it, you can take
to give them
out.
time to actually cross things. All right, next group of infantry here.
There is an amount of them.
Gonna spawn them further back and then push them in.
Bravo, you can always pull back at any time if you feel it is too dangerous.
Yes, we know.
Okay.
I'm gonna give him an FB.
Charlie's reached the end of that line.
We're gonna move up Jesse's up.
So they're gonna try to break away. I do agree with that call, actually.
This Charlie enemy squad came over the other side of the river. We're engaging.
Those guys are engaging. All right, so we got things now moving around. Every squad is engaged in a different firefight here. What's also funny about this mod is you can technically tunnel your way out of a position if you're dedicated enough. I've seen the player base tunnel up to objectives before. And I think that's actually what they're doing right now. They're just tunneling away.
They're not quite neighbouring yet, but hey, if you want to throw them, you can throw them.
Yeah, they're not close enough for nades. Yep, they took that cash out. Cool. What this is doing, though, it is stalling some of the QRF potential here, but another 3.5 minutes, I spawned another group. Macro-wise, got those two groups coming in. They've killed at least half of the force here. Most of that group's been taken out. Good chunk of that group's been taken out.
Keep firing, goddammit. I'll deal with it. You'll be fine.
I think Silent. No, I see his hand moving. All right. That man's AK was up his ass for a second.
This is Bravo. We should be able to hold this contact. But, yeah, we're just holding.
Confirmed.
Charlotte's with... No, Charlotte's leading Bravo, huh? Oh, right, because Bravo's the one that lost a few people, because that was the one that Miner was in charge with. Oh, Storm just got his head blown off.
Okay, Charlie and Bravo, move back west down your line. Currently, Alpha is pulling back.
That group was entirely eliminated. I'm gonna have the next copy paste ready.
Say again, you want Bravo to pull back?
Pretty bad, but I might be
Yes, pull back west. Alpha is pulling back northwest due to too many contacts from their current marker.
Alpha is coming back due to not being on our line. We're fine.
I'm gonna regroup these guys with them.
Okay, nonetheless,
Ouch.
all squads pull back.
Damn, that's
west.
one of the newer guns I
put
gave
a
him. The shotgun.
point down.
Seconds.
All squads pull back to
Alright,
RP
Prodigy.
1 point. We will then...
Hey
try
man,
and
tunneling works. You have 50 minutes.
No, not yet. Pull back to RP1. We may try and do something dumb and risky.
They're gonna pull back. My reinforcement timer is gonna keep going
We're
though.
pulling all the way to RP1. Okay.
Yep. You know, may as well do it now. All the squad leaders, all of you, give me your opinions on assaulting the main base.
Do we know its exact location?
We know it is
Literally
somewhere
just to
around
this group
the
south.
question mark.
Which is why there's this massive amount of reinforcements coming around it.
We could
I think
try,
we can
but...
certainly go there. If we take too heavy contact, then we just pull back. So yeah.
Yep.
2 yeses.
Yeah, Bravo says we can try, but no suicide runs.
Alright, that's 3 yeses.
Everyone's got gear fear.
Pull 2, new RP1 marker. New RP1 marker on map, it is north of Alpha's marker.
At this rate, these guys can just set up a base of fire and have the other squads come up to assist them.
Try and assault the main base. If it gets too hot, we can always go back.
I need a different gun. This thing sucks.
Is Silent using a scorpion? Oh my god. Yeah, you're using a scorpion, buddy. Of course you're not going to hit much from range. Alright, these guys I'm going to pull back with their dead. I'm going to assume those guys are going to get looted by another passing patrol. We're nearly at 500. I would be actually pretty happy if they were able to kill about 750 enemies today. That would be a pretty good drop in the bucket.
If we pull back out of here, the contacts will just pile up where near the RP mark where on our position.
Okay, you can hold there for now.
I'm not going to double the squad spawning yet. I want to give them a chance to actually hit this, but when I want them to actually get out of this AO, I'll start doubling and tripling the squad spawns.
Copy that.
Bravo is almost at RP1.
Charlie and Alpha.
Yeah, they occasionally take a man down, but so far so good.
He's not alright. No, he's got fine alright. Wow. He'll wake up on his own. If he doesn't wake up in like 2 minutes.
Alright, Bravo Charlie, follow new lines on map, link up with Alpha, we will deal with the contacts and push on the main base.
Alright, hitting the main base though is going to
command.
pull the other patrols.
Yep.
Do we know that the base is a question mark? Or...
We know it is around the question mark, which is why we're going to do a little circle around it, and if we don't see it, then we'll just leave.
Copy.
So, I mean, that's fair. They'll run into the outer trench line of it here, and then this area. Fun fact, I've had this base... I've been reusing this base all campaign because they've never run into it.
Squads are pushing to you. Once we link up with you, we will be following the lines on the map and doing a little circle around the question mark. If there's nothing there, we will go home. If there is something there, we will try and take it out. If we can't, then we'll just leave.
Alpha copies.
Why is sometimes the AI really silly at setting up these guns here? Like, what's knocking it over? Like, for whatever reason, he was, like, jerking it up to the sky.
Let's all try to stay relatively together for this part.
Like, the other one's fine. Like, I just lost my deep copy, though, so let me... get a new group in.
Alright, let's deal with this contact and we'll keep pushing forward.
I'll keep some of the bodies out here. If I notice it gets super framey, I'll start removing them, though.
I'm bugged out.
Hey, command.
Yep.
I don't know if we counted gamey or not, but I think I can tell where the camp is based off of the frames lowering when I look certain directions.
Which direction is that?
Southwest from us.
I mean, yeah. They're not wrong.
Or, well, southwest.
Yeah, I'm just bandaging my leg.
This is
Okay,
Alpha.
that's roughly the direction we're
flank
going.
to the west and southwest.
I'm going...
Let's do quick shooting.
Okay, now
these
we...
guys. Once they start to thin out, we'll keep moving.
We're at that next 5-minute marker, so I'm going to send that group in. And I want these guys on reserve. That's 30 Rwandan troops total. Little under a platoon of 40, but considering, you know, the 300 markers, that's a 10th of one of the forces here. Yeah, right, Devil, you'd think.
I suppose if the player based
Okay,
the
let's
metagame,
keep moving
that
down the line.
means you
These
can
guys are starting to
metagame
thin out a
too.
bit.
The line I use for that is it something I would do on the ground? And if the answer is yes, then I don't really punish them for it because, like, at the same time, like, is that also something that can't be helped? Also, yes. But at the same time, I gave them a question mark. You know, it's a rough idea of where it is, so...
Oh, come on.
It's fine. What is this, rations? No, they're just bringing that crate up. Okay. You got this team pushing forward. A little bit of ratting, potentially. I'm going to crouch the Congolese guys that are playing defensive here. I'm going to set them to aggro as well, so they already start moving to cover.
Alright, the guys...
What, Devil, thanks for the 75 month resub again. How are you doing, buddy?
The guy, the squad's in the rear.
Not my frames, clearly. What's over there, right? It's also because there's a lot of deformed stuff with that trench line. Now, I think the remnants of that team that I was trying to merge back in are all kind of stuck on pathing.
We are to your west 100 meters.
Okay, push up to us, we'll keep moving. Alright, other squads, let's go.
What are we at? Nearly 500? Like I said, if we get to 750, I'll be happy. Any more, and I'll be even happier.
Eyes on something, building 209.
And I might start seeing the trenches.
Let's move 209.
No, they're going to see the top of the tents, actually.
Start moving towards the base.
So yeah, a few additional vehicles to hit a BTR that's open. I don't know why this door opened, but it did. Okay, fine. Screw me.
Towards the buildings.
Now it's a wait and see. Have another spawn group ready. I mean, if we're having frame issues, I'm actually going to start removing bodies now. Oh, did they leave the turret behind? That's a shame. That would have been fun to bring up and use. Just trying to hold the front here because they're dealing with the brunt of that QRF squad. When I actually see this base come under contact, we're going to bring those 2 squads in. We're going to bring that force in. I'm going to keep that 5-minute timer going. That's a shotgun.
Alpha to other squads, have you located
Righto, Devil.
Yes, it's on the camp marker on map. There's a lot of buildings over there. Squads shift slightly more southwest. That's what the camp is. Also don't want to run into these contacts.
Yeah, so you see some of that squad firing. Those are the government troops. Oh, because Falcon's trying to loot. Oh my god! I don't know what Falcon just dodged. Well, god damn. Alright, that constitutes.
Alpha is north side of the camp.
Trying to get my tracers back to working. There we go.
Joining the assault from the northeast.
Alright, take this really slow. I don't want to see anyone charge in and face like a BTR or a static.
Yeah, so we got a lot of heavy gun here. That's a lot of heavy guns here, that's for sure. Whoa, good enough. The player base would do it too. I've seen you drag those around. Don't bullshit me.
There's an enemy PKM bunker on the hill south of the camp, facing us.
Exactly tasteful.
Alright, we can always move back north and go west and try and go around it.
So I'm going to count the Rwandan troops as like the M23 bounty, but they have their own individual pull from the green form markers. The thing about these guys is they actually have body armor, and they're firing 7.62x51, and they have grenades. SMH mechanics abuse.
Machine gun bunkers hit today, they don't expect.
Well, there's a burning corpse behind it, so...
Some just got thrown in here with the smoke, though. Yeah, they're running.
Yeah, Charlie's moving in to help you now. But it's gonna be hard.
Shock infantry at its finest. Oh, that made him run. That's exactly how I want those troops to work.
It's Rwandan dudes. Alpha, can you push back north and then east towards us? Alright, we are suffering big losses. I think I'm gonna call it. Let's try and pull back north and get away from this.
I think we can take it as long as we fucking stay together instead of spreading the fuck out.
Okay.
Agreed.
Mac, you concur? I want to get a census on this. Alright. Try and link up on Alpha's position then.
For the next group in
And we'll
2
try and
minutes.
push
Oh,
it
they
together.
annihilated this, but they GL'd it. Damn, he
Try
dead.
and block this, but try and keep your squads together.
Oh god. Dream just ate shit.
Over here. Grim is down, Grim is down.
Charlie's currently holding the flank against Rwandan forces coming in from the east.
Confirmed.
I group those guys up. Now we got that counterattack coming from the west with those 2 squads merging. Then we got 1 squad of M23 rebels that's gonna come in on the east as well. Based off of timing, I'm gonna put that group a little further back. That means they have more time to run in, so I can just take care of their spawning.
I don't think we're surrounded. We're still way out.
We're semi.
I haven't surrounded them yet. I don't really have a method to do that. But yeah, if we have a direct route like this, then, you know, QRF's going to be coming from here. So it should be technically coming from this corner, but we have other patrols down here that would work. So I'll start making that a thing in, you know, a few more waves. We still have about 30 minutes, though. 559 kills.
Yeah, some of us did.
4 people have made the bounty. Mac is 10 away from the double bounty. Angel just got shot. There goes Command. He's fighting with a Tommy gun.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Oh, a PSO scoped AK. That would be one of my favorites to bring in a campaign like this. That's for sure. Oh, wait, bro actually had a firing solution over there. Oops. Daz is down. I can tell who they are based off of their guns at this point.
Red team is good.
Max running to the rear trench because he keeps getting shot.
Alright, let me get a census on how everyone think this is going right now.
It's not the worst. It's not the best.
Well, I assume we are training their patrols and anyone they might have inside.
That is correct.
Okay. We'll keep
We're getting
holding here.
slightly flanked to the northeast by random forces, but we are holding as it is.
We will continue to hold here and attempt to drain their forces in the hopes that there'll be an opening.
Very soon, so.
They're tunneling. They're tunneling. GL just annihilated a bunch of dudes. But yeah, no, they're literally gonna tunnel to the base. That's the funniest thing.
This is a stupid idea, and Liru's probably laughing this.
I am, buddy, but it works! Except for that guy. Except for Mac. Mac got his head blown off.
Hey, do we have at least one squad like tunneling towards the enemy trenches?
Yep, we're going full World War I tactics here. Make sure to dig them as low as you physically can, because
Hey, if it works, it works.
we need more cover.
Just rotate the people in front, and then, you know, trench people. You can hear the bodies getting jibbed because of the gore mod. That's so funny.
Make sure to eat and drink. Make sure to eat and drink. Don't forget.
We have a bit of a lull here. Gonna spawn. Oh yeah, no, that's supposed to be the way. All right. What are we at? I'll start doubling up the squads. I'm evil. Why not? We can bring them from, you know, the QRF group there. So I'll spawn another one back here. Most of the Rwandan forces are down. They're down to like 8 people in the AO, so. It sounds like they're having fun, which is the important thing.
I got you.
You still have this group over here that's, I guess, maintaining flank security, and then you got this group maintaining the other flank security.
Bravo, how are you doing?
Bravo is covering your.
Funny idea. If I group them to them, they're gonna charge.
We'll
Yep.
probably rejoin you in like. We have one down once he's up.
Confirmed. We're within 50 meters of the
See him
walls by
moving.
now at this point.
Good copy.
Oh yeah, they are getting charged. He doesn't realize he's getting shot from the immediate right. God. I can be a bit evil here and there. It's fun. So they're dragging Chessie out of that front trench. They dug the tunnel. Oh my god. Now they just gotta run into that trench.
We make it into the trench now.
Yep.
The issue is this creates textures though, so.
We're going for the trench. Let's go.
Someone cover me in, Jesse.
You gotta appreciate though, they are pulling good security where they can. You still have this outer flank here. What are we at? 623. Oh! There goes Angel's head. And that BTR just annihilated Abby, also Dream.
Abby, go ahead.
Command, Angel just went down on me. It's Abby and Ian.
Yeah, because that BTR does have a keyhole on that position. So I'm assuming they're going to pull these guys back. So they come into this main trench. I love this, though.
This is Bravo. Do we have anyone dealing with that BTR?
Yeah, just a second.
That's amazing. The AI is actually running up the trench, and I think it just domed both of them. Beautiful shot on that BTR. They're actually pathing in the trench. That makes me so happy. That's another BTR down, so I will add that to the tally.
Not sure.
The way to the trench is clear. I think Dream already hit in the trench. Go help him.
God, sometimes the AI blow my mind away with what is possible for their pathing. On vanilla, no less.
Hi, this is Bravo. I think if we are to push in there, now's the time.
Confirm, we have 2 men down in the trench. I'm stabilizing.
Start pushing into the trenches. The east side looks clearer, so we can push around east and try and enter from the east side.
Might be able to cut him off with that squad.
You have to run off on your own and get left behind somewhere because no one's fucking checking.
I'm CPRing, gamer.
Around this way.
Is that a body? Oh my god, what the hell happened to you? Ugh. So I think all Rwandan... Okay, no, so I have 3 Rwandan guys still alive, alright. Good headshot right there, goddamn.
Alright, come on, push the east side. We'll enter from the east side of the compound.
Bravo is inside. Advise once you get in, you just
Both turret gunners are down as well. Yeah, you don't want to be running in this. Definitely a prone simulator. Command got hit again.
Yeah, we're 4-man team right now.
So they're looting some of the Rwandan forces here that ended up in the trench.
Going to the east is a no-go. We can't get in from here. We can't go into where the sap has been made.
Bro, get down! You're getting pin cushion.
We're pulling back.
This is nuts. Oh, Broadshore might have gotten left behind. He's shooting at the little silhouette up there. Because if he could see through, he'd be shooting at these guys too.
The eastern and northeastern side has been flanked. We are pull back, it needs to be southwest.
Yep, all those who went to the eastern side, pull back west. We'll throw smokes, try to enter the compound like Bravo did.
So I think they got Angel up because I heard his voice.
Bravo, you in the compound? Bravo, do you read?
Broadshore might have forgotten about.
Roger, I can see him. He's up by the compound.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did we clear out the compound and blow it up?
Well, currently the compound is clear. The team who went
Skill issue on Dream's End.
Thank you, God.
It's because they're digging. I think they're running while they're doing it. They're trenching up to Broadshore's body. I'm gonna say the camp is considered clear because I think there's only like one guy left here, and I'm not gonna be picky about one dude. The message has been delivered. So bandits digging up some trenches for their fallback, which is smart.
Hold on.
All right, let's grab some hefty chunks of infantry here.
Bravo back on net.
Good. We're all breaching the compound right now. There is some cover. Dig trenches if you got them. If you got entrenching tools.
I think a few of the rats found the cache, yep.
I just ran in here.
Yeah, they already grabbed all the good stuff.
Alright, stop that shit. Stop fucking rat fucking during middle of combat while people are going down.
Everyone ran up!
Don't stop rat fucking, I'm just not done with the cash.
Oh, this guy's literally out of ammo.
What?
Alright, secure the compound. Charlie, hold the east side.
Long
Bravo,
live
hold
the rat.
west side. Alpha, hold the south side.
This is Alpha, we are mostly to the north, holding east to the west.
Okay. Well, Alpha, actually, yeah, you hold the north side. Bravo, move across to the west side, try to hold it. If you've got explosives, try to block the vehicles.
Send again for Bravo.
Hold the west and southwest side.
It's always greed that gets them. I didn't even hit anyone with those RPGs. I don't know what happened to those two guys. Oh, well, they got some trucks to work with now. I think they're going to demo them. Angel's Dragon Dream back. The Curse of the Rat.
There is enemies all behind us.
Oh, Agron's in the corner! The smoke grenades completely obfuscated him.
Alright. Okay, I hope no one went down in that.
I'll be nice.
Alright, let's limit our adventure here to...
Everything's red on that one, so, alright. That is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Then we'll get the fuck out of here.
Come on, I think we should already leave. We have enemies in our sap. We dug through the hills. We need to still fight through the retreat.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Alright. Quick, get people up, and then pull back.
This is Bravo. We apparently have a guy down that's a bit to the southwest. We need some help to get him out.
Alright, Charlie, provide cover fire.
I think all the Rwandan forces are dead too.
Provide cover, try and keep killing the enemies, hold position as best as you can.
Charlie's holding to the north.
This is good though. It means I have to remake the next. I have to make a new base now for you know, a main base area. They're desperately trying to get to Agron's body, but he's in such a bad spot.
Bravo. We have contact.
You have to like run over here and get in the cover, and then try to pull him to that cover.
You might have to leave him. Try and blow up the cache in the thing.
Hey, quick, fucking knock down the cache when you're leaving. Knock down the so fucking just go now.
I think they're ditching Agron.
Alright, cache is destroyed. Let them
Mac has gone double bounty. And everyone above Abikak, excuse me, has gotten a single bounty. Kill-wise, we are almost at 700.
God damn it, Dream!
Oh my, he actually dragged his body over, that's funny.
Alright, current Currently, command is in the trench, close to the compound. I gotta pick up Dream real quick.
Bravo is outside the compound.
Charlie's out.
Cover for command.
I do have a capture policy now, but there's no one around to capture
And
him.
then we'll move over to you and get the fuck out.
Roger that.
So yeah, this means the gains are gonna be like to this.
Confirmed.
Maybe a little less, but at least, you know, this gain will be secured, that gain will be secured, this will still be contested.
Dreamer's almost up. Once we get him up, we're gonna leave.
Oh, there's Agron dead.
Alright, Jim's back up, we're leaving.
Need to record, Agron, Sam, Mr.
I think we could stay a little bit longer and just kill some enemies.
We're reaching end time, and if we reach end time, you know he's gonna send like 1,000 troops at us.
I'd say 5 minutes of contact, then we run away.
We can pull back and get enemies on the right back.
Also, Dream went down again.
You
well,
know,
that's on him then.
Ian's working on him in the trench.
let's have a little fun. Pump that kill count up a little bit. What do you guys say? I say we should,
We're gonna pull back away from this position, get closer to friendly position, and then we can engage enemies. I don't want to engage so far away.
Command idea.
Yeah?
We did kill quite a bit of Rwanda guys to the east, so we might want to just swing there, loot them, and then pull out.
You
He's
know.
gonna kill us all, right?
We have 5 minutes to rat and then run away, no?
No, sadly, I'm not gonna do that. We're gonna leave. We're gonna go.
I mean,
west
I'm already
to the clear
hearing
camps.
gunshots in there, so.
Charlie's holding enemy QR.
Like I said, I want to help him get up to 750
red line,
infantry, you know?
Northwest-ish, we'll clear
Since I'm
camps
such a
on the way.
swell guy.
We'll pull the friendly positions.
Now let's see if anyone gets shot in the back of the head. I know, right? Angel as a commander not going full rat.
Also the high.
Biggest character arc. Send message for high.
Is there any chance that I can find an area in like the next 3 minutes? Because I do have to like go.
Book it north. I will teleport you.
Affirm, thank you.
Alright, come on, keep your squads together. Let's try and keep this kind of organized as we leave. Push across the red line, going northwest.
Or...
Northwest, red line. I'll make it, purple.
Oh, well, that was you, right?
There you go.
It was Hobo who needed the teleport. Because he's leaving.
Yeah, he just said to run north, that's all he said, so.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
West, north across the red and purple line.
Take screenshots of your gear and then disconnect. I'll take care of your body.
Yeah, thank you.
No problem, broski. Yeah, right, as if Char needs the loot, right? Yeah. You ain't wrong about that one.
Hey, ground command.
Command's currently down. I'll see if I can mark my position, but...
Copy, Bravo will come back to help.
I love how that one cache, though, in that
where
position
are
caused Agron to die. Like, literally all of the deaths today have been because of greed. They might be able to, if they kill all the infantry in that cache, they might get one more little payout here. But all the deaths today were completely avoidable. It was just greed.
Yep, Charlie is almost out. We're on the blue circle's edge.
And that's another camp cleared.
Bravo,
Charlie's out of the area.
Bravo's clearing out the camp since you know extra money.
Alright. You're dealing with that camp, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's continue moving.
Just so you know, 2 people in Bravo are almost at payout, so we're gonna guard the rear, so to speak.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
I have an evil idea. It's just to help pull everything.
You said Tom, west.
Now, I mean, I shouldn't really, you know, just bring a bunch of forces out of position here and whatnot, but you know. Okay. But you know me, I just can't help myself. Alright, anything that's not part of the garrison, I'm gonna remove.
Alright, once the squads pull out, move to the RP point flag on map. And we will index here.
Because technically we were following them out, now they're there and, you know. Oh, I got him! Damn! The shotgun slaps, doesn't it? Oh, my leg! Oh, I'm fine. It was just a dream.
Squads, we had a casualty again, so firefight team kind of blanked.
Do you want assistance?
If you would.
I fucking ammo. I already bandaged for my life.
Alright, everyone's coming over to where the shooting has happened to save you. Mark yourself on map.
When we're rejoining the back here.
Yeah, we gotta go save some chuckle fucks who got ambushed.
Alright.
That's too close. I will pull them
I
over
said
here.
again, mark yourselves on map so we know precisely where you are. Because going towards gunshots isn't exactly super accurate.
Can we save Gamer and Bash? Is that an explosive charge? Jesus. Well, it worked.
Alright, let's be smart. Let's not go crazy instead in the open.
Alpha on map, please help.
I'm watching you. As long as you don't touch anything.
Let's try and move south, link up with the friendlies, save them, and get the fuck out of here. Yep.
Yeah, we're almost at 750 though. Yay. Max, like, what? What's going on?
Multiple casualties. We're gonna start digging tunnels. But yeah, kind of need some medical help now.
Yeah, we're pushing southeast to help you.
They're getting Gamer back. What about Bash?
Yep. Alright, come on. Push towards the green smoke, that's where they are. They're in trenches.
It's always funny to see the AI troll line. Yep.
That was insane.
Oh my god.
Are you not bleeding?
This is Bravo. Is everyone leaving at this moment, or what's the plan?
No, we're on Alpha marker right now trying to save them. We need smokes
Are you
up
directly
here.
on Alpha?
Yes. 30 meters to the southeast.
What about Bash?
Pretty much directly on top of it. There's a couple people stuck out in the open. So we need guns over here to kill them.
Oh my god. I dubbed thee the horrors of war.
Repeat, we're leaving?
No, we're trying to save Alpha.
Copy, Charlie's still holding the southwest contact.
Ash is down.
Northeast, sorry, but
Angel's down to his handgun.
so many dudes here and so many people are out of ammo or being shot.
Charlie's up. We are holding your flanks so the enemy's overwhelming.
Okay.
Up now. Can I get a sitter on who's still down? Who is still down?
Gamer is still down.
Break. This is Bravo. You're about to be starting to be flanked from the southwest. Just keep contact from them.
Oh god, this is scoring to shit.
Get people up fast, Mike.
Okay, grab who you can, we're leaving. Sorry, but we have to leave people behind. We're being completely surrounded, and I don't want to lose this almost perfect fucking op to some random bullshit.
Bash,
This is
no!
Bravo. We're just booking it to the RP.
Yeah.
It's 3 of us, so...
Alright, everyone, grab what you can. Let's go.
Speaking of, there are also enemies northwest of you, so good luck.
Throw smokes.
Right, Gamer, it's up to you now. Run.
Pick people up or not. Oh my goodness. Getting out of here.
Oh, did Angel just get shot? That was hilarious. He just got launched out of the trench. No.
Bravo too high. Do we index at RP or do we pull out further?
Based off the amount of enemies and where everyone is, index at a blue friendly marker.
Copy that.
What the fuck? Somebody down?
I'm just start seeing these unit markers and moving them because everyone will gravitate around them to get back in a formation. See how they're immediately like moving around. Ah, we made it to 750 though. All right.
Yeah, we want.
But at what cost?
It's him and just bandits, and we will carry him out.
At what cost?
Alright, Charlie is in deep blue area. We're out.
Yep, Yep. the
I
last
could, yeah, if
people
anyone
are
gets left behind.
Trying to get out of here.
Bravo is running to the bridge.
Yeah, Covenant Dance. That's what I'm playing in the background. I thought it'd be fitting. Alright, overall, I think all the deaths today were preventable, mainly because it was greed, and then greed of wanting to stay behind and, you know, shoot people. After you cross the Little River, not the big river, by the way, but the Little River, and you get into Blue Fort territory, you can take screenshots and then disconnect. You don't have to run all the way back to the staging point.
Oh, copy.
We will chase them down. But I mean, yeah, 5 KIA for 23 is about 25-30%, right? So it's not bad. I mean, definitely better than the 50 to 80% that we were doing earlier in this campaign, right? Total payment for this is gonna at least be like 4 or so K. Oh, well, deleted that guy from existence.
Don't stand in front of the AI, they will shoot you.
I'm gonna run this guy back. Actually, better yet, I'm just gonna put him in a tree and then drag him back.
Angel, if we ever find out if we could have pulled that BTR up, like, physically, like, we could have supported that entire attack.
Yes, no.
The answer to that would be no. Alright, we are index. 2 people made double bounty. And then, let's see, a lot of people. So, Silent Gamer, SL Dream, Pizza, Abby, Lolo, Charlotte, and Bash. Total kills was 765. Basically, if you kill 40 people, instead of the group getting the payout for the kills, you get the individual payout, which is 80 bucks, which is basically enough to, you know, buy your ammo back and whatnot. And now I gotta calculate payments. No, Hobo, I'm going to assume you would have just sprinted back regardless. Because we were pretty much, you know, wrapping the mission up. So you won't get a half payment, you're fine. So let me now go look at the announcements here. So we got, let's see, 13 camps, so that's going to be 1,300. 5 regular vehicles is 500. We had 5 RHIBs. That's another 500. We got 2 BTRs, so that's 300. We got 4 caches, so that's 2,000, 500 per cache. And the enemy base was destroyed, so that's 1,000. And I think that is, yep, that's everything. So that would be 300, 600, carry the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5,600, not factoring in the infantry kills. Which I have to do a bit more of a complex thing on. So let me tab back in and look at them. That is everyone DC'd. Okay, cool. Purge done. All right, let's go ahead and get into TeamSpeak then. Go ahead and put TS up for you guys.
Brown I went down, and at that point it was me down.
No, I mean, I hope your 7 kills are worth it. That's all I'm gonna say.
All right. I'm mostly done with calculating the amount you got, but yeah, overall, 4 deaths to greed. Actually, all 5 deaths I think were in because of greed. 3 deaths in the beginning to try to grab an RPG to blow stuff up instead of relying on other people. 1 death in the compound because people tried to rat charge the cache in that main compound, and one of them wasn't able to come back. And then Bash died because the squad decided to try to stay behind and farm enemies, and I encircled them. That's all I got. I thought otherwise op went really well, because that's what, 5 out of 23, 24. That's around a 25% casualty rate. So yeah, not bad. Ground, anything from you as I now calculate money?
I want to ask a question. How amusing was it for Foxhole as Liru?
Alright, let's do debrief.
Let's do debrief first.
So, honestly speaking, I did not expect this to go as well as it did. Of all things considered, this was probably one of the greatest ops in the Congo we've done so far. It was almost a perfect one with only a few kills, but then the end bit happened. I'm not gonna blame anyone, you know. But yeah, just sad. Otherwise, everyone did great. Squad leaders were reporting things, telling me things. I knew what was going on. I was making plans. Everything was going great, lovely, awesome. All in all, honestly speaking, despite everything happened, I think we all did very well, and I'm proud of all of us. Yeah, Alpha.
So Alpha at the start went great, I would say. We got to the areas 2, stage 2, whatever. Pushed in there, got 1 camp, then got called to help. Went to help, got across the river. But I think everyone in that foxhole we actually got to was dead except like low. Miner, by the way, I grabbed your radio. So you'll look at that.
Sorry, it gets cut off because I'm going back in, so there are 23 people total. Okay.
The big compound went decent with the foxholing. We tried to pull rear security a little bit for us and didn't lose anyone to the compound. Then at the pullout, we got to a basically peaceful place at the 1 camp we cleared on the way back. And then because of my read slightly and the other squad pulling out while I was down, when we ended up running back we were encircled. So Bash died there. Yeah, bravo.
Oh yes, bravo. Hi. We had a pretty smooth time operating on the line in the easy zone as we declared it. We found the water god again, so we praised him and paid tribute. Drank. Then we found the dock. The dock seemed not as scary as it probably. Oh no, I skipped the mine island. Yeah, there was that island where one time an entire squad got wiped on the south side of the island. We found that island again. It was empty. We checked. Yeah, it was mined to shit. We shot up the cache and we left. Actually, Liru, I'm assuming that doesn't count as a cache.
So it would have, but the thing about the empty cache specifically is you have to put an explosive on it because there's no ammo in it for it to normally cook off. So the bullets weren't effective.
I see. Well, fucking rip. Anyways, we got to the dock. We arrived on the south side. It was a little rough. Command was supporting us. We wanted to cross. Charlie came to support us. Once Charlie was there, we went across. We destroyed a BRDM. I was told there was an RPG, and I was like, we can use that to destroy the boats. And then I'm like, everybody hold the camp. I'm going to go for the RPG. Sam came with me. At that moment, that was when the jungle started speaking Rwandan. And then it was pain. It was pain. There was a lot of calls for help. but everybody who could help us at that time, or reasonably quickly could help us, was already helping. There wasn't much to be done. I'm just glad most of my guys made it out. I'm sorry to say I'm distasteful that you guys died. And then Charlotte stepped up, and I don't know, Charlotte, you got anything to say about the second half?
Second half went well from what I've seen, except one glaring issue that's not specific for my squad, but for people from all squads. Not everyone, but a few specific people. If we're in the base, we're in the middle of a gunfight, people are going down, you do not charge across the open to the cache to rat it.
Oh yeah, that was funny to see.
I'm surprised I didn't do that. You know what? I resisted the urge to do that.
It's because you got rid of your rats.
I just want to say on that thing.
I lost the rats.
I just want to say on that thing, you shouted at me for that. I ran across because I wanted fucking cover.
I looked into the thing with the box, and one name that lined up for me was SL Dream, therefore I yelled at you.
Okay, well, I don't.
That's why
care.
I yelled at you.
I was, yeah,
it
fair
was
enough.
a general statement to all the rats that fucking ran in there, regardless. After that, it went fairly well, I'd say. I think the lesson learned is when we are doing the big objectives is everyone stays together and not the separate squads movement. It's just one big blob, because otherwise people, go down and then things go to shit.
I suppose I just didn't think the dock was a major point where we would need everyone. That's all. It is on me.
It was a surprise because the north was the major enemy area.
Yeah, so right next to the dock was a military base, like 100 meters further north. So that, meta-wise, is one of the training areas, which now we could technically strike in a later contract, but that's why like a whole platoon immediately came after you. And then the second platoon was all the guys that set up the ambush on that island that you tried to go to. That was a booby trap. If the mines went off, they would have pushed quicker, but it just culminated to that was just a hard point, and the enemy had a lot there.
Right. Fair enough.
I debated calling Alpha back to the docks, but I decided, you know what? It's not going to be super hard, right? Right.
Yeah. Well,
I think
Charlie.
messed up. Yeah. Oh, is it Charlie now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So Charlie was only 4 men, so we played very reservedly. We didn't really move anywhere without having someone else to support, as we also had no medic. As for the start, we did okay, and then helping Bravo with the island, I think everything went quite well. I noticed that some of Bravo's people pushed out of the camp on the other side of the river, and then they got down, and that really slowed them down. And I don't really know what the point of those people running out of the defensive positions was, when you only really need to just cook the cache and blow the boats.
Oh yeah, no, I can speak to that because that was literally me. Quite literally, yeah, ratting. I was like, oh well, to blow up the boats, we need explosives. There's an RPG there. Let me go grab that.
We can shoot the boats a lot.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I had forgotten that. I literally thought about that while watching
Also,
the stream.
at the time,
I was like, we PKM dumped it. Yeah.
Who had a PKM, which would have been pretty good against boats.
Charlie had the grenade launcher, so I cooked all the boats up, and from there, everything went fine until we reached the big camp to the south, and there we just really helped. It was a messy assault, but we managed to do it with the sapping, and we blew up the trucks as well and got out twice from that area. First time we got out after orders were given, and then we came back to help Alpha, and after that we got out as well. So yeah, that's Charlie.
That's all elements.
Alright, open. Anyone want to say anything? Comments, concerns, advice for what I should have done, maybe better or what?
I got advice from my team lead. Just don't be greedy for 7 kills at the end for no reason. It's not worth it.
Real quick, just debug-wise, if you want to potentially have a poker game for 750 or 500, in the staging room chat, just put an X down. If I don't have at least 6 people, then I'll just open the casino later today.
Poker is fun.
Come on,
So
guys,
that's
sign
2.
up for poker.
For
3.
Are we playing in Discord?
It'll be done on a link, so I can sit more than 6 people down.
Angels in.
All right, I'm gonna wrap up my stream. I'll be back in a second. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go play poker with them, and then I got chores to do. I'm gonna make dinner tonight as well, and I'm just gonna have some fun. So, thank you so much for watching, guys. Go operate operationally. Enjoy the rest of your day or night. Cheers, and have a good one.